Hey everybody, I wanted to introduce you to my favorite kitchen appliance. This is my blender, and apparently I need to name it, so if you have any suggestions, I'm open to it. The blender is, I can't even have words for it really, so I had to show you what it can do in my kitchen so you know this is real, it's not made up, it's not choreographed or anything, so we'll see what happens. I was in the market for a new blender because my kids are really hard on them, and we've blown a few motors and they were always complaining that their smoothies weren't smooth enough, and that was all we were really using them for. I was looking at some other high-end ones on the market and I thought, oh my god, how am I going to spend $600-700 on a blender, and what if I don't like it? That's like, oh my god, that's an investment. Anyway, Pampered Chef came out with theirs and I was able to get it as a consultant. I think it was like 60% off, so it was under $200. So considering I was looking at something for $700 and $200 seemed pretty reasonable. Anyway, it is does a ton. So in my house we do smoothies a lot. We I think I've mentioned before, we're vegan, gluten-free, have a lot of food sensitivities, so we do make a lot of our own stuff. So I just wanted to introduce you to it, and then I'm going to show you really quick something that I use at home all the time, just so you can see how powerful it is. I'm just going to turn it on, and it goes by this. You probably can't see it quite in the video, but we have a smoothie setting, an alternate milk setting, so if you are into like almond milk, oat milk, that kind of thing, you can do it right in the blender and all the accessories come with it. Grind, heated wash. Oh, back to that grind. I know the heated wash got your attention though. Grind is great for doing ice. So if you wanted to do slushies or snow cones for the kids, still hot out and will be for a while, that's something cool you can do, and then you know what ingredients are going into it. Heated wash. Yeah, the rule in my house was always, please wash the blender after you use it. And it never happened, but now it does, and we use this several times a day, so it's pretty awesome that I've retrained my children and myself, and the blender is always ready to go. It has a soup, a heated puree, and then two items that it has that no other blender on the market does is jam and sauce. So it actually, you can put all your ingredients in there to make jam. You set it, let it go, and instead of standing at the stove and worrying about it burning, the blender takes care of it for you. The soup one I've used, and I was shocked that it actually boils the soup. No other blender out there goes that hot. They usually use friction for heat. Ours actually has a heating element. So when it was boiling in the blender, I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Anyway, that's a few things that that the blender does come with. This is a recipe that my family uses a lot. It is a vegan, gluten-free cheese sauce, so it's not really cheese, but we use it on nachos and our mac and cheese, and it's so good. So that's what we're doing tonight. Two of us want nachos, so I'm making the nacho cheese sauce, and somebody else doesn't like to have chips for dinner, so I'm making her a gluten-free macaroni, so she's gonna have the macaroni and cheese, and it's pretty easy to diversify your meal. And then I've got leftovers for a couple days for me, and I like it as a chip dip too. Anyway, so I've got my cashews in there with some water, and you can soak them for hours, you can soak them for a few minutes. Sometimes I forget and I just throw them in there with water. They've been in there for probably half an hour right now. So we've got that in there. We're gonna throw in a couple cloves of garlic, and I will post all the recipes and tools that I'm using at the end or in the comments, and so you don't have to try to take notes. We've got some Dijon mustard, and nutritional yeast, and then I've got some spices. I don't like things spicy, but you can always adjust everything to be to your taste. It's the cool thing about it. So throw that in there. And then I was just zesting a lemon with our zester, which works beautifully. And it just takes off that very thin layer of zest, which you don't want to get the white part, the pith, because that's what's really bitter. So we've got our lemon just, and then I'm just going to juice this lemon. This is my favorite knife, by the way. Love that it turns the lemon inside out and catches the seeds, because you don't want seeds in your food. Also, a little tip is that if you zest your citrus fruit first, it's actually a lot easier to juice. Or you can stick it in the microwave for a couple seconds. That just loosens it up too. Okay, so we're going to pop on the lid. Oops. Do it the right way. You know it's in place. It talks to you too. And oh, another tool that comes with it is this handy dandy tamper, because sometimes if you're making smoothies, there's like a vacuum seal that gets stuck in there, and all you have to do is plunge it and you can push it back in, but it doesn't go far enough to hit the blades, because you certainly don't want that to happen. So we're just going to put that back on. And then I'm going to back you up just a little bit because it is pretty loud. So hang on a sec. And I'm going to pick grind. And here we go. Pause it, bring it back. And then there you go. That's my cheese sauce that took pretty much less than 2 minutes to make. So now I'm off to go make nachos and macaroni, and we will see you soon.